Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? Let's talk about a book. It's Well Red Beard. We're here for a book review, and today we are in Slattery Falls by Brennan LaFaro. This is a Silver Shamrock publication. I liked this book. I somewhere between liked and really liked this book. Uh, it's probably a little bit less for me than what I normally give a four-star novella, but it is damn sure not what I would normally give a three-star novella. So it's a four-star novella for me. This is a ghost hunting book. It's about three characters that do some ghost hunting stuff, and I really, really love the first paragraph, which that's important, right? I mean, a new author, a new first release. I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's first release. The first paragraph grabbed me. I really like the first paragraph, and I'm going to read it to you right now. When you're about to investigate one of the most notoriously haunted houses on the East Coast, there are certain expectations. One revolves around thunder and lightning, the dark and stormy night trope. Yet, there we were, traveling to the Weeks house in the middle of a cool, quiet August day. No sound, no fury. Dug that. I dug that first paragraph. We've got three characters, two boys and two boys and a girl, two friends, pals. They kind of meet, on odd circumstances, and and one of them's really into this ghost hunting thing, really into going out and breaking and entering into reported haunted places and going in and checking it out, and the other one just kind of, sure, man, let's go. Kind of gets pulled into it. And the one that's really into it has a younger cousin that goes out with them on a thing, and they kind of do this thing together. Now, the real meat of the story, we jump. We do a couple little things, like we go to the Nathan Hale house in the beginning. A lot of cool historical bits about that. Like, I really enjoyed those pieces, but we jump to, like, they're in their 30s, I think, something like that, and two of them are, the one, the cousins aren't married. You get where I'm going with this. The younger girl by a couple years, like, I think, let's just say for sake of argument, they were 17, she was 15. I don't recall, I'll be honest, but they're married, and so they've kind of gone on and kind of forgot about the ghost hunting thing. They don't really do it anymore, but some information has come to light that a ghost that they've come across when they were young is still active, and kind of, there's some sort of a link between these three people and this ghost, and he's kind of pulling them back to where he's at, and some more information comes around. Because you're like, well, why? Why? Look, we're past this. We don't care about it. I mean, let the ghost do its thing, right? Some information. This ghost was has a historic past of abducting children and murdering children. And in the town of Slattery Falls, information has come to light that that is still going on after death. Children and people are still disappearing. So there's this real sense of urgency, and I guess the impossibility to ignore what is going on. So they're set on a course to go back and try to put a stop to this ghost. Now, another thing I liked is, again, this is just not your run of the mill ghost. This is a big, powerful thing, and you find out that um, the historic bits that the book gives you about him, about what he was doing in, like, I don't know. Again, I'm guesstimating here, early 19, in the early 20th century, or whatever. He was doing some things. He got. Uh, I'm not doing very well at this. Anyway, you find out that his history goes way further back than what we initially think, and so the big bad in this book is big bad. It spans way more than we think, and it's way more powerful than you would normally, give a normal ghost credit for. Another favorite bit for me was the final house. When we go to this house, where this being is, and we are going for this final showdown, and we step into the basement. And when we step into the basement, I had real feelings of this book. And if you've read this book, you probably know what I'm talking about. But just the basement didn't fit the house. It's bigger on the inside than it should. I mean, just long, sprawling caverns and passages and underground grottos and this and that. And I love a big meaty setting like that. I mean, I love cave horror. I love underground stuff. I don't know why. My father was a coal miner, and I used to get to go down in the coal mines and stuff. And for some reason, I love underground horror, and I love. I just love the feeling of this tunnel shouldn't exist. I mean, there's not enough space for. Anyway, I loved that part of the book. Now, the parts that I wasn't crazy about, and I'm not. Again, it wasn't like I was crazy, not crazy about. Just some things that I had feelings while reading that I would like to mention. There, the back and forth between the three characters. There's a lot of comedic bits, and I enjoyed that, but occasionally it felt a bit much. And like, you may love that. That may be like your thing. Like, you may like the back and forth from your characters, but it felt like, and I know people deal with different things. I know that people deal with, really scary situations. Some people's coping mechanism is to, make jokes. But, just a couple places it felt like a little much. I mean, not really a big thing. Another thing is there were a couple places where it felt like the author was speaking directly to me. And I'm going to give you one example of that. And again, sometimes they were funny. Sometimes, I dug it. Just sometimes I just noticed it. You know what I mean? It felt like a little bit much. So, like, we are on the run at one point from this vengeful spirit. So he stood watching us scramble about the room with a half smile on his face until we came across a doorway and ducked in. I say ducked in because the door and the tunnel it brought us through couldn't have been over 5 feet tall. So I say ducked in. So it's like he tells me why he said ducked in. But and then it says, trying to escape a vengeful spirit is hard enough. Never mind when you're sweating bullets and have to run hunched over like an absolute dipshit. So that's funny, right? I mean, but again, it felt like he was talking directly to me. And I don't mind that stuff. Again, it just felt like we did that a few times in here. So, ultimately, I really enjoyed it. It's got a power-packed ending. It's got a really cool setting. It's got fun characters. And it's a hell of a debut, really. So, I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say. This is Slattery Falls. This is Brennan LaFaro. I enjoyed it. I really did. This is Silver Shamrock Publishing. Again, I'm giving it 4 stars. Hope you have a fine Friday. Yeah. This is Redbeard. I hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you are reading the wrong books.